Greetings and welcome to Calendar Builder. This whole project started with me building my calendars on a doc like this, a piece of paper like this, and I like just being able to see, okay, what exactly am I kind of going through. Sometimes I'll only have like what's at the start of the week, but I can go out there and mark off the days. These are no student days or completely off days, spring break, and kind of go through, mark days that I've already finished. And with going, now I have 3 preps, and we're going to show you that as we go through how to do this. But again, one piece of paper and kind of look out where I'm trying to do stuff. So if I need to put on, like I have a cybersecurity activity that's coming up, right, I can put that on there and kind of plan around stuff, right? This is where the portfolios due for my AP class. So it gives me this ability to just kind of through and then have another piece of paper for the next few weeks. Just kind of seeing, all right, where am I going to be able to do stuff? Because especially for me, this is the long day, which we'll talk about as we go through this as well. So I can kind of plan how I'm going to do, if I have a day off here, well, how do I want to do my classes and organize reviews. So with that, with in mind, right, understanding what I'm trying to do, I've built an auto builder, right? So you can kind of see an example, and I'll build this example after this for a second, but what you're going to do is you'll pick in your start date, and you can do Monday, Sunday, it doesn't really matter. The program will figure it out, and you do Wednesday, it'll do that whole week. And then how many weeks you want, so it might be an 18-week semester you're trying to figure out. And then your classes. Now, again, I group mine, so I have a few intros, so you might have like an intro class, and then intermediate class, and then an advanced class, maybe an AP class. And you might teach the intro a couple times, intermediate once, or you might have 8 preps, and then depending on how you want to do it, you might just have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And if you need a Saturday and Sunday to go on there as well for planning purposes, by all means. It allows you to go up to 8 classes, up to 8 days on how you want to look at it. And then there's a max characters, mostly because it needs to be able to fit in the actual columns for that. So with that, you have it all figured out. If there's a special day, like maybe you need more time for notes on Monday, right? Because, all right, what do I need to do on Monday? So this makes the size twice as the size of the other one. So it'll auto-calculate what each of them need, and this will just be twice the size as the rest of them, right? And this, right, so now when you first click on the calendar button, you're probably going to get some saying, hey, you need permissions. It might even have you say, hey, you're not allowed to go here. You have to click on a little button that says, okay, I want to go there. But the point of it will be, it needs permissions to add the other tabs, right? So otherwise this won't work if you don't give it the permission. So again, I already given permission. I click on it. You can see it's running the script. You can see it's creating those pages for me. Now it's designed, and I've kind of already got it set up for this, but it's designed for you to be in portrait mode. And you can see how Monday has more space than the other days. It gives you the week that this is on. Unfortunately, Google doesn't do a great job of being able to give a bold. I guess I could play around with it and make a bigger border around it. But for now, right, here is your week, and then you just gotta see, well, this is a week, and kind of see it going here. Type, and then I print mine so I can kind of write in as notes. I can cross stuff off as I need. Days are gone. I can say, hey, this is, and then you can go into, this is Google Sheet, so you can merge this and say this is a no school day, right? But the kicker then is you go to, when you're done whatever you need to do here, or you can just use it here, I guess, too. Just use it here. But I like to have it kind of print off and sit there so I can look at it, cross it off. Is a couple things. One, now mine's already set up. Yours might start off as a landscape, which you can see doesn't fit. It's designed for portrait, so you can see each of these tabs should fit pretty nicely on one page. And then you're going to want to set the margins to narrow, because you're not really writing those anyway. That's just so you can kind of see the data for it, and that's your setup, right? So make sure it's in portrait and then narrow, and that will give you the most space for you to write in as well. And then you can print it as needed, or again, if you're just using it as one, then it's already kind of set up for this as well. And you'll notice that there's a header at the top of this for that whole section, the whole page, because again, it is designed to be printed. Now, Do note, and it says right here, right, if you were to go ahead and, like, this is my actual setup. Delete that one, and then let's go ahead and delete that. And paste that. And then since Wednesday, Thursday are my long periods, sometimes I need more room for them. So I got it configured for my actual preps and how kind of I have mine set up in this right here. It will delete these, right? So I create calendar, see it deletes them, and it's rebuilding them again with the fact that it says 1721, even though I put 18. If I put 17, it'll know. If I put 20 on here, it'll know. Right? It's figuring out what the work. In fact, the 60. This is the work week is what those dates are. So yeah, it built me my new schedule. You can print. You can make a copy of this, and if you just delete the create page, then you're not going to have to worry about losing, accidentally clicking create again and deleting all your work, or whatever. You can move these to a different page. But the point is to print, right? The point is to print. So you don't have, if you do that, then they're printed, and you can go in here and create the next set of 18 weeks or 9 weeks or whatever you're trying to do. Well, that's it. That's it. So again, you have a lot of flexibility to go through and create these calendars for dynamic print. Like I kept drawing this because this made it really nice to kind of plan out certain activities and then be able to plan around those activities, thinking about, okay, I know this is coming. I know I have to do observations for the school district on this day. Yeah, that's right, label right there, right? So, okay, what am I gonna have the sub ready for do? So I can kind of plan out far in, all right, let's make sure I push some of the stuff so the sub can handle this, and I can do my stuff on the days before and after. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful, something you might be interested in, and that's how it works. Thank you for stopping by.